And why do we do these exercises? Why do we do our daily success routine every single day? Well, first of all, it wakes up our body, get the blood flowing throughout our body, we decompress our spine, we energize ourselves for the rest of the day. And this is maybe one of the most important things, is we accomplish something first thing in the morning. What a great thing to accomplish. We are living a healthy lifestyle and we're proving it. We're starting out first thing in the morning. I got up this morning, threw some water on my face and on my hair, put these gym clothes on, and this is the first thing I do. If that's not living a healthy lifestyle, what is? And this is what you're doing. And the other thing that we do is we set our mental software. And we've talked about this a number of times, and there's a separate video that you can actually look at and get it in a little more detail. But we know that our mind is always working. Now, subconsciously, it's working 90% of the time. And then 10% of the time, we're conscious. So it's important for us to be able to set that subconscious software, those thoughts that are constantly playing in the background in our minds, set those in a positive tone. And that's what we're doing by starting our day with our daily success routine and setting our mental software so that constantly we're having that reinforcement behind us. That's what we're doing. We're setting our mental software so that it's working for us, because your mind is indiscriminate. Whatever those thoughts are that you put in your mind, that's what's going to play. That's the theme that's going to play over and over again in your subconscious mind. So if you say, oh man, I'm tired today, I don't really feel like getting up, I've got so much work to do, this is going to be another terrible day, it's raining out, you can focus on all the negative things you want. And guess what? That's the theme that your subconscious mind is going to play over and over and over again. We have to reverse that. We have to change that. So let's set the theme in a positive way. Let's set that mental software in such a way that you're going to have positive thoughts. So you're accomplishing something first thing in the morning. You are living a healthy lifestyle. This is proof of it right now. Now, are you in the best shape of your life? Are you the healthiest you could possibly be? Well, probably not, because we can all improve ourselves. And if you're looking at this program right now and you're following the 30-day program to bring yourself back to a healthy lifestyle, then you recognize and you realize that you have work to do. But this is the start. It's baby steps, one step at a time. Right? Any journey begins with one step. This is your one step. And we are creating a habit. This is a foundational habit, so that every single day we engage in this habit. It becomes easy. You don't have to use any motivation. You don't have to use your willpower muscle. So let's begin our exercises. Let's loosen up a little bit by getting on all fours. So what do you need to do these exercises? You need a towel. You actually don't even need that, but I'm in a hotel room and I'm not going to lay on the floor without a towel. So you need a towel, you need a mat, you need something that you can do your exercises on, and you might need some other props. Just grab the pillow. Got a couple of towels here that I can use. So for our first exercise, in case you can't kneel without pain, put something down underneath your knees. So in this case, I'm going to put a towel down. I'm going to kneel on that, take the pressure off the knees a little bit. Okay, let's do cat-cow. Let's do it 5 times. 5 full cycles. So let's begin by dropping down into a cow position, lifting our head up, taking a deep breath through our nose, and then breathing out deeply, reversing the curvature of your spine. Into our cat position, breathe out. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. I want you to get yourself into child's pose. So take a pillow, take a couple of towels, take whatever you want. If you can't bend your knees completely and sit on your heels like this, get yourself a prop, something simple. It could be a towel that you fold a couple of times. It could be a pillow. It could be multiple pillows. It could be a yoga block that you actually sit on, put it between your legs like this, and you sit on it. Okay, so that takes a lot of the pressure off the knees, and we want to make sure that we don't hurt ourselves, right? So, and this is a process. If you haven't done these kind of exercises before, it's going to take a little bit of time for you to feel comfortable. You might feel a little bit of discomfort. If you feel pain, immediately stop. Stretch out, put your hands out in front of you. Stretch them all the way out. You can feel a nice stretch along your latissimus dorsi, your triceps, underneath your arms. Stretch out, and remember, if you have your knees closer together, bring your knees closer together, there's going to be a little bit more strain on your lower back, so you want to be careful. So I like to open my knees up a little bit so that there's not as much pressure or strain on my back. Put your hands out, reach out in front of you, and then gently allow your elbows to come back down to the mat or the towel, and let your head, your forehead, come down to the mat. Come down to the towel. Okay, this is our child's pose. This is a restorative pose. This should make you feel good. You should feel some stretching in your lower back, maybe in your shoulders a little bit. When you're in this position, you can rock back and forth, right shoulder up, left shoulder up. Do it 2 or 3 times to feel comfortable. Okay, let's be in this position, child's pose, for 3 full breaths. Ready? Take a deep breath in. It's not easy to breathe in this position, but that's okay. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it for 2 seconds. Breathe out. Again, deep breath in. Hold it for 2 seconds. Breathe out. One more time. Deep breath in. Hold it for 5 seconds this time. Begin. Breathe out. Excellent. Okay. Let's get into a position now for our first exercise. Take your props, put them aside. Get onto our backs. Okay, your knees are up. Soles of feet are flat on the ground. Your head is on the mat. Arms along your body. Straighten out your right leg. And we begin by lifting our head up. Chin is pretty close to the chest. Taking a deep breath. And lifting our leg up. And then down 1, 2. We're going to do 10 of these. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. Okay. Put that knee up with your sole of your foot flat on the ground. Switch legs. Straighten out your left leg. Do the same thing on this side. We'll do 10 repetitions. Lift your head up. Leg comes up. Keep your knee straight if you can. And then back down. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can always rest your head. 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. Okay. Roll yourself up into a seated position. Soles of your feet together. Keep the curvature in your lower back. Your upper back should be straight. Grab either your feet, grab your ankles, and gently just lean yourself forward. Don't arch your back like this. Just keep your lower back with the nice curvature of your spine the way it's supposed to be. Keep your upper back straight and just lean forward. This will give us a chance to recover a little bit from that exercise. Take 3 deep breaths. Ready? Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2. Breathe in. Out. 3. Okay, excellent. Next exercise. Get yourself onto your knees. And again, if you need a pad for your knees, that's fine. Put that down right now. You could keep your toes curled, or you could take the tops of your feet and put it flat onto the mat. Again, a couple of options here. You could put your arms at your side if that feels comfortable for you. You could take your hands and put them on your hips with your thumbs actually in the curvature of your back. And this feels good sometimes. Just massage the lower back along the spine and down, maybe in the gluteus minimus, you know, the upper part of your glutes, your butt. Okay, and what we're going to do here is, this is camel pose. Camel pose is an arching of the back. Your head comes back. Be gentle, of course. If it hurts you, just go to this point. Whatever point you can go to your edge, right? That's what you need to do, is go to your edge. Just push yourself a little bit, but not to the point where you hurt yourself, of course. So begin by arching back as much as you can. Take a deep breath. And then straighten up. Your chin comes on your chest. That's 1, 2, 3. We're going to do 21 of these. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Excellent. Okay, get down in the child's pose. Again, grab your prop if you need to. Put it behind your thighs. Sit on it. Put a block between your legs. Sit on it with your butt. Whatever's comfortable for you. Go down into child's pose now. Stretch your arms out in front of you. I feel a little bit of tightness in my lower back, so this is always a good exercise, good position to relieve some of that stress that you might feel, a little bit of that tension. So let's get into a full child's pose. This time what I want you to do is take your hands behind you, alongside your body, alongside your legs, and just allow your shoulders to relax. Let gravity pull the shoulders down to the earth. Let's stay here for 5 breaths. Take those breaths on your own. Okay, excellent. Bring yourself up into a seated position. Flip yourself over. Sit on your bum. Okay, this is our 3rd exercise. Got 2 more to do, right? Number 3 and number 4. Take your hands with your fingers facing out or facing towards the back. A little bit behind your body, because we're going to lift ourselves up with the soles of our feet flat on the ground. We're going to lift ourselves up right here, the hips, right? That's where all the weight is. So we're going to do this 21 times. Go up to whatever point you can. If you just do this and you come back down, that's 1, that's fine. If you can go up higher, that's fine. That would be 1 as well. Okay, so let's begin by lifting ourselves up, bringing our head back and taking a deep breath. And then down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, more than halfway there, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, one more, 21. Excellent. Okay. Now in your seated position, with the soles of your feet together, butterfly those legs a little bit. Feel a little bit of stress, a little bit of tension in our shoulders, a little bit tired from doing that. So what I want you to do is do some shoulder rolls. With your lower back arched, your upper back straight, holding onto your shins or maybe your feet. Let's do some shoulder rolls. So let's start by lifting your shoulders to your ears, up and back. That's 1, down. 2, let's do 5 of these. 3, up and back. 4, up and back. 5, excellent. Okay, let's reverse the direction now. Up and forward, 1, let's do 5 of them. Up and forward, 2, up and forward, 3, up and forward, 4, up and forward, 5. Excellent. Okay, very good. We got one more exercise to do and we're done. Flip yourself over in a tabletop position. Walk your hands out 2 hand lengths. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, we're going to rock back all the way. It's almost like child's pose, right? So if you need something to stop you, you could put a prop there. You could take a pillow, put it behind you. Just come back as far as you can. Maybe come back onto that pillow or come back onto that prop, whatever that happens to be. And then come all the way up so that your shoulders are over your hands. This is where you take your deep breath, right? So, and back down. Push back again, that's 1. Push back, 2. Push back, 3. 4, up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, one more, 21. Excellent. Okay. Get yourself in a seated position, either on your bum, if you can sit on your heels, or if you can sit on a prop. Just for a moment, let's take 3 deep breaths. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's start right now by giving yourself a huge amount of credit. This is a fantastic accomplishment on your part. I don't care how many days it's been. 1, 5, 10, doesn't matter how many days it's been. You are taking the steps towards living a healthy lifestyle. This is how you live a healthy lifestyle. You go through routines like this. You've got a daily success routine that you follow. And you got to give yourself a huge amount of credit for that. So right now, take a moment and say to yourself, I am doing this. I am a good person. I am a strong person. I am accomplishing my goals. I will accomplish my goals. Say that to yourself. Let's set the mental software for the rest of the day. Love yourself. You're a good person. Hey there, Rob and Fate here. This is day 5, and we just finished our morning exercises, and we're beginning the cognitive portion of the daily success practice. That portion of the practice that focuses on your cognitions, your thoughts, what's going on in your mind. As we usually do, you should give yourself a huge pat on the back. Smile at yourself. Give yourself credit for being here again on day 5. Keep in mind that the whole point of this pat on the back action is to help you change the way you think about what you're doing with your body and your mind. You've got one body and one mind, and you're treating it with respect by taking care of it. And by doing so, you're moving towards your burning desire and many of the other benefits that are written down on page 1 of your success journal. Each day that you improve your body and mind constitutes a step toward your goals. Only a small fraction of people in this entire world
actually work to improve their body and mind each day. You are part of that elite group. Give yourself kudos for this. And you shouldn't just give yourself kudos right now. Anytime you think about your health, exercising, eating, or anything else that relates to your body or mind during the day, you should immediately stop and take a moment to pat yourself on the back. You are living a healthy lifestyle by engaging in a daily success practice. Acknowledge this and use it to counteract negative and self-sabotaging thoughts. We all have thoughts about our body and our health during the day, about what you're going to eat, or about what you just ate, maybe about the fact that your body aches, or about your weight. Maybe you're not happy with it, or about the way you feel so sluggish. Many of these thoughts we have during the day are not positive thoughts. They're not uplifting or helpful. If they are negative thoughts, they pull you down. They set the theme in your subconscious mind. I can't, I'm unhealthy, I'm overweight, I don't feel good, I'm sluggish, I can't control what I eat. I should have taken the steps, not the elevator. And on and on. It's in all of our minds, unless we make a conscious effort to change our thinking. So part of the rationale for giving yourself credit regularly throughout the day for engaging in the daily success practice is that you are acknowledging that you actually are taking steps that are part of living a healthy lifestyle. You are reminding yourself of what you've done to improve your body and mind today, and what you'll do tomorrow and the next day to improve your body and mind. Also, what I find to be particularly valuable to remember is that negative thoughts and positive thoughts cannot exist in your mind at the same time. Try it yourself. Think about something negative. Then think about something positive. The positive thought replaces the negative thought. So what does this really mean to us? Well, it means that when negative thoughts come to mind, let's say it's something like, I don't like the way I look, or I shouldn't have had that extra dessert after lunch, or I should have taken the steps instead of the elevator, or whatever it is, and you think about giving yourself credit for how you're improving your body and mind through your daily success practice, you are immediately replacing that negative thought, all those negative thoughts, with the positive thoughts about yourself and about your actions. Not only are you thinking positively about yourself at that very moment, you have reprogrammed your mental software for the rest of the day. Remember the concept we've spoken about in earlier sessions, the iceberg effect. Humans have about 60,000 thoughts per day, and it's estimated by medical professionals that about 90% of those thoughts are subconscious thoughts. Just like an iceberg that has 90% of its mass below the surface of the water, your mind has 90% of its thoughts below the surface of consciousness or awareness. In other words, 90% of your thoughts are subconscious thoughts. Imagine, think about it, the power we would have and the changes we can make in our behaviors towards reaching our goals if we harness our subconscious mind, which actually works in the background with really zero effort. You just have to set the theme of your mental software from the beginning of the day to be your reality. You can learn a lot about this concept by reading the huge body of work by Robert Merton. He's the doctor that was given the U.S. National Medal of Science by the United States President for his work around this concept of how subconscious thoughts follow the theme that we set in our mind, and how that theme leads to outcomes we want, all without conscious awareness. In other words, no mental energy once you've established the theme for your subconscious mind. And the real beauty of this is that there's no need to tax your willpower muscle to propagate further positive thoughts. You've already set the theme, so those are the thoughts that will come to the surface. So we can create a positive theme in our subconscious mind by acknowledging and focusing on what we're actually doing in a positive way. In this case, we're engaging in a daily success practice. We are changing our minds, in particular our thoughts, by changing our focus. Give yourself credit, and by doing so, you are changing your focus and you're setting your mental software for the rest of the day. Let's think about the thoughts that you're actually having on this day 5 or that led up to day 5. Ask yourself if any of the following thoughts have come to mind. I don't feel any healthier. I don't look healthier. This program is not working for me. It's just like all the other ones. They just don't work for me. The daily success practice takes too long for me. I'm not getting much out of the workout. Or actually, maybe you're on the other end of the spectrum and say, the exercises are too hard for me to do. Or maybe you're thinking, I have a busy week coming up, so I won't be able to continue for the rest of this week, but I'll start back up next week. The cognitive part of the daily success practice is hard for me. I'm going on vacation, so I won't be able to do the daily success practice. I'm not seeing any results. Think about what negative thoughts you're having about this program. Maybe it's one of the ones that I just mentioned. As you can tell, we're utilizing the first C of the 3C method designed to change thoughts and behaviors. The first C is catching the thought. We are catching the negative, unhelpful, and self-sabotaging thoughts in this little exercise. Well, what's the next C in the 3C method? You know what it is. It's the C that stands for check it. Check the thought by giving it the sniff test. Does it stink of BO? Is the thought relying on a belief that is dysfunctional, unhelpful, or flawed? Or is the thought not objective? In other words, is the thought too much influenced by personal feelings or emotions? Or maybe just not based in fact? The first item on your FOI to-do list today is to write down the negative or self-sabotaging thoughts that you're having about this program. Write it on page 22 or 23 of your success journal. Then, like we did a couple of days ago, review the list of dysfunctional beliefs, the one you took a picture of, or maybe just watch the dysfunctional beliefs video again, and identify which of those apply to your thoughts, and ask yourself further, is the thought objective? Then you should apply the third C of the 3C method. C for change it. Pretend like the thought that you wrote down is someone else's thought, someone that you love, like a family member or a best friend. What would be a healthy and goal-furthering replacement thought to the negative thought that you wrote down? Then offer that person that you love some best friend advice. Here's what I would offer as healthy responses to nearly every one of the example negative thoughts that I mentioned a few minutes ago. Come on, Robin. You can't give up so soon. You have more discipline than that. You can't give up on a program before you've given it a chance to actually be effective. This program is designed for anyone at any fitness level. I mean, there's only 4 exercises with multiple options for each exercise. So basically, you can make the program as easy or as hard as you want. The key is that you're doing it every day. You know that consistency is one of the most important keys to success in anything, really. So commit to this program one day at a time. Even if you miss a day, get right back at it. This program will change your life, Robin. You've got to recognize that these negative thoughts are nothing more than excuses, Robin. You know this because if you look at your thought and test it against the dysfunctional, unhelpful, and flawed beliefs list, you will see that your thinking is flawed. Your thought is not true. So you've got to change your thoughts to be productive and goal-furthering. So those are the healthy responses that I would provide. Those are the ones that I would offer to you to incorporate them into your own analysis and your own healthy response to the negative thought that you wrote down on page 22 or 23 of your success journal. So let's close out this process by thinking about what your best friend advice would be to somebody that has negative thoughts. Here's my advice that I'd give to myself. Robin, you've told me that you're determined to get back to health. And I think you want to lose some weight in the process. You've also indicated that you've got this burning desire. You want to change the cycle of obesity and diabetes in your family. Plus, you want to be healthy enough to play soccer with your kids. In order to get a different result, you've got to start doing something different, Robin. This program will help you return to health. It uses this technique called cognitive behavioral therapy, which has been proven over and over again to work with return to health and weight loss programs. It requires no expensive equipment. The exercises are adaptable to any fitness level, And you can do these exercises at home or even when you're traveling for work or vacation. Robin, all you have to do is commit yourself to the program. Try for another week at least and see how you feel. Soon it'll be a habit and will be much easier for you to complete. So the second item on your to-do list is to do the same thing I did and write down a healthy response to the negative thoughts you wrote down on page 23 and 24 of your success journal. And the third item on your to-do list is to do the same thing I did. Create a best friend advice script that you can provide for yourself to your negative thoughts. Again, pretend like you're providing that best friend advice to someone you love. What would you say to them to keep them on track with this healthy lifestyle? You know if you should be firm or soft with this person that you love, just like you know yourself. What would you need to say to yourself to keep yourself on track? That's what you've got to do. You've got to stay on track. This is day 5. You're doing great. Keep it up. Hey, that's all I've got for you today. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the difference between outcome goals and process goals and why one leads to failure and the other leads to success. I hope this was super helpful for you as you continue living a healthy lifestyle. I'll see you in the morning.